Oh, that's beautiful. Back, down. Can only imagine what it took to build these trails, these roads. And nice twisty road, but be careful for cars. I think I'm going to officially say I'm going to ride the Idaho BDR 2 up with how much I got on this thing. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Barry, and this is the first episode of a series of adventures I shared with two great friends, Brad and Greg. Like many adventure riders, we've been hearing about the Backcountry Discovery Routes for years. We'd watch videos, scroll through ride reports, and think someday we should do one of those. Well, in July 2025, someday finally arrived. The three of us wanted to tackle a BDR together. We needed something achievable, challenging enough to be an adventure, but not so extreme that we'd be in over our heads. The answer was clear: the Idaho BDR. It was the closest BDR to us, and more importantly, it's widely known as the friendliest of all the backcountry discovery routes. It seemed like the perfect first BDR to cut our teeth on. So what exactly is a backcountry discovery route, a BDR? The Backcountry Discovery Routes are a network of off-pavement motorcycle and dual sport routes that traverse some of the most remote and spectacular terrain in North America. Rated and maintained by a non-profit organization that can be found at IDBDR.com. These routes connect existing two-track roads, forestry service roads, and backcountry trails and take riders through thousands of kilometers of wilderness. Our original plan was ambitious: ride the Idaho BDR from north to south, departing in early July. But as we dug deeper into our planning, two critical factors made us rethink our approach. First, the timing. Early July in Idaho's high country can still mean snow-covered passes and uncleared trails, particularly in the southern sections where elevations can exceed 8,000 feet. By pushing our departure to late July, we've given the Forest Service time to clear the route and let the snowpack fully melt. Second, and perhaps more importantly, the direction. We decided to flip our route and ride south to north instead. The logic was simple: if we encountered any mechanical issues or challenges with the bikes, riding north meant we'd be progressively getting closer to home in Calgary. By the time we reached Creston, British Columbia, we'd be just 1 day's highway ride from home, not two. It was a strategic decision that gave us a safety buffer and peace of mind. We're just outside of Fernie at the Visitor Information Center, and we were driving in 14 degrees in Calgary this morning, which is about 3 hours away, and it is 27 degrees here right now. So we have to make a stop, open some vents up, and get a drink of water. Some stuffed wolves. Yeah, they're huge. Look at the size of his head. We're at the Rooseville, Montana, U.S. border. A little bit of a line, but it shouldn't take too long. There's the United States border monument. You really got to pay attention when you're riding here. You'll get past waiting. Very interesting. This is Eureka, Montana. Mid-afternoon break, and then we're heading off to Missoula right now. It is 31 degrees here in Kalispell, but the bikes are going well. Traffic is not a problem, and we're really enjoying the ride. Beyond the pavement.
These guys are big.
They're big.
These guys are big. We're a fractionalized group out of North Korea, but they're big.
Guys are giving me a hard time about my stickers. I know on the inside they love them. Stopped in Polson, Montana, which is at the south end of Flathead Lake, and picking up some, refueled, because we've got about 120 kilometers or so to go to get to Missoula. And it's about 6 o'clock, 6:15 right now, so we should get there about 7:30. But it is hot. It is 32 degrees Celsius right now. So we're in Missoula and we decided to camp at the KOA, which is beautiful and large. We decided we would camp the entire trip. No hotels, no lodges, just us, our tents, and the Idaho wilderness. This meant every piece of gear we needed for 7 days on the trail had to fit on our bikes. Tents, sleeping bags, cooking equipment, clothes, tools, spare parts, food, water, it all had to come with us. Moto camping adds another layer of complexity to an adventure ride. You're not just managing the bike and the route, you're hauling a full campsite on 2 wheels through challenging terrain. If you want to see how we prepared for this challenge, I've got 2 videos you should definitely check out. The first is my moto camping shakedown video where I tested all my gear and worked out the bugs before the trip. The second is my moto camping packing video where I show you exactly how we packed everything onto our bikes. I'll link both of those in the description below. Now, Brad and I have never stayed in a KOA campground, if you can believe it, but Greg has, and we've discovered over the next few days that he has a specific skill for finding campsites.
Home sweet home.
Yep. Very nice. And water right here. Awesome. This'll work. Camp is all set up. Took about half an hour. And we're almost done with the last bits, and then we're gonna go find some dinner. Probably a steak just down the road at, well, there's a few different restaurants. Good morning. It's a little cloudy in Missoula this morning. And I think we're about 16 degrees Celsius, but we're getting up. It's about 8:30 and we're at the KOA campground in Missoula. We're going to head over to grab some coffee and some breakfast. There's Brad. He's having a nice little morning, and Greg's got a little bit of work that he's doing on his bike to tie down his GPS mount. But that's why we bring all our tools on these rides. If you've ever been in Missoula and you're looking for a place to camp, I would recommend this KOA campground. It's very beautiful with all the amenities that you need. The Missoula KOA Holiday Campground opened in 1967, just 5 years after KOA was founded in Billings, Montana, making it one of the earliest campgrounds in the KOA system. With hot showers, flushing toilets, laundry facilities, and a camp store just steps away, it felt pretty luxurious. We made the most of it knowing that for the next week, we'll be roughing it in remote backcountry campsites. They have little cabins also, or very comfortable. Various different sizes. That way you don't have to bother with carrying your tents and camping gear. You just pull up and enjoy your night. Well, we're departing. It's a late start, but we just got highway miles today. We can make up a lot of time. We'll be riding about 670 kilometers today from Missoula down to Glens Ferry. It's all going to be on highway, and it's going to take us most of the day. Looks like there's some smoke in the air. Just past Darby going south on, I think it's 80, US 93, on our way down to Glens Ferry. We're taking a little rest here in the Bitterroot National Forest, probably 100 kilometers south of Missoula. great canyon ride going up here, and we're currently at 7,000 feet elevation. Bikes are all running great, loaded up a lot. We still have quite a few kilometers to go yet till we get down to Glens Ferry. This road has another road that goes back up into the mountains, and it does a little bit of bypass on from 93. Look at those cliffs over there, pretty cool.
Where are we going? We're gonna head to Glens Ferry and then to Idaho BDR. Oh yeah. Appreciate the hospitality. Girls sport 3 years ago when I was a deputy. He center punched one. I have no idea how he kept it upright. But sorry, I rolled it into the come out of that canyon real fast. It's almost like a wall. When I was a deputy, I thought I had 3 crashes a year right there on right there. Yeah, after you pass Elk Bend a little ways, and it's mile marker. Yeah, that corner gets a lot of bikes for some reason. From the wind predominantly. I don't think a lot of them. I've asked about all of them. One fatality, but I've asked about all of them. I didn't really notice it until I had to call a helicopter in there one time. Yeah.
That is some interesting rock formation. We're 93 south of Calais, probably 30 kilometers south. Impressive rock formation, and the highway cuts right through the center. That is a valley. You guys see a road to Arco? It says it's right here. I'm not seeing any with my eyes. 7,100 feet up here. Just rolling through Arco, and then we're gonna head west, stop at Craters of the Moon National Monument. It's a field of lava rock. Runs for miles. Craters of the Moon National Monument and Preserve. Let's go have a look. Craters of the Moon National Monument is a vast ocean of ancient lava flows and volcanic cinder cones, so otherworldly that NASA Apollo astronauts trained there in preparation for the moon landing.
Like your suit's not sealed when you don't have gloves.
Oh, frick, they're not going to believe it now. Who knew you guys were freaking artistic? You guys are finally in front of me. So we've gone a day and a half, and this is really the first construction we've run into. So we've been pretty lucky so far. And these bikes are made for this stuff. We're in Cary, Idaho, taking a break. It's 33 degrees out, and we're grabbing an ice cream. We're going to stop here for dinner, but the only food place they have is a little sandwich shop, which didn't look that appealing. So we're going to grab a snack and muscle it through to Glens Ferry. As you might notice, we eliminated Section 1 from Jarbidge, Nevada to Glens Ferry, Idaho. While it would have been the traditional starting point, Section 1 adds another full day to the journey and consists mainly of sandy terrain, not exactly the kind of riding we were looking for. Instead, we'll begin at Section 2 in Glens Ferry. Tree Island Crossing State Park in Glens Ferry. We just got here and we're going to go find a campsite and then come back and drop the money in. Oh, there's a lot of mosquitoes around here. Holy crap. We're in Glens Ferry tonight and we just set up our camp and it's kind of late. It's about 8:30, I think. We started off a little late today. We had some problems with some equipment and we had to make some stops and get those repaired. But we're in Glens Ferry State Park Campground and it's very quiet. It's a very large park and we're just going to head into town, find something to eat, and then call it a night. And then tomorrow begins our first day on the Idaho BDR, which is Section 2 from Glens Ferry to, I think we're going to go as far as Lowman tomorrow. And I'll be recording most of that. It was a long day today though, 700 kilometers. See you tomorrow morning. Good morning. It is our first day on the Idaho BDR where we're actually going to be riding from Glens Ferry to Lowman today. We're just getting ready for breakfast, getting some coffee on and some dehydrated meals. This is Brad. He's having a great breakfast.
Good morning.
Peanut butter and banana oatmeal is what I'm going to be trying today. And obviously my coffees that go with are instant coffees. And we've got water right at our campsite, so we're staying in Tree Island State Park. It's got all the amenities and it's a very comfortable camping spot.
Did you have a parka and everything?
That's good coffee.
So you were prepared for cold.
Oh, that's a lot of water.
300 mil.
Yeah, 250, yeah. Want to show the inside?
And close it up.
Oh, it's chunky on the bottom, yeah.
Does that look
That's...
like Grandma's pancakes?
No, that
Not
doesn't.
quite.
That looks like soup.
It's like soup, so do my eggs.
Looks like prison food.
I think I miscalculated my water. Might have to let that sit for a while.
No, it doesn't help.
It might be termed egg gravy.
I
It doesn't look very
think you put that on after.
You know what? 22 grams of protein.
So, what's the verdict? Scrambled eggs with bacon.
The verdict is don't put in too much water. I had to drain the water out. And put in boiling hot water. Don't reuse your coffee water. And
Let's see what it looks like.
it tastes good. It's okay. But it's still, some of the pieces are a little spongy, so I could have left it go a little longer.
Well, I think breakfast is done. I definitely put in too much water. And I'm gonna put this peanut butter and co stuff in and see how that works. Hang with me for a second. So this is where the protein is gonna get added. It's really thick, holy crap. I've never in my life had peanut butter on oatmeal. We're gonna see what this is like. Oh, it does not look good. But we got to get some calories in. So I just mixed it up here. Let's have a taste. Actually, that's not bad. I think tomorrow I'm just going to use my oatmeal. We're departing our campground and we're about to begin section 2 on our way to Loman. It's going to be hot today. Already it's 28 degrees and it's 10:30.
That's the 360?
Yep. Finally gonna get a photo. We're sitting here in Glens Ferry yet because we've been having communication issues with our cardos. So we saw that there's an update to the firmware on the cardos, and we're all doing an update right now because really important to have that communication.
Unit pairing now. When he goes into the software, we'll recognize his I wonder if I got to download the unit. Is there a way if you go to the app, can you like right mouse click it?
So it's one thing after another today. My chin mount going on the helmet is falling off, and I think it's because of the heat. So what we're going to do is going to do some JB Weld application. JB Weld application on this.
Here we go, Dr. Brad.
Ooh, I'll put the rest on my mount.
Okay. Holy crap. Okay. Sets in 15 minutes. Well, it's definitely not pretty, and we tied some tape on it just to be on the safe side. I'm not going to mount the DJI on it until I'll give it an hour, and then we're going to check it. I'm going to miss a portion of this first BDR. In the hot afternoon sun, we're feeling great and looking forward to what's to come ahead. And off we go, tackling our first official portion of the BDR. No video to show, but a lot of enthusiasm. Maybe too much enthusiasm because all 3 bikes were taken down on the sand within 50 kilometers of Glens Ferry. It was a good wake-up call that provided a warning of what's ahead. We just stopped on our way down to the Anderson Reservoir, down to the dam. We're going to be going down to that road on the other side in about 2 kilometers. The elevation drop, that's got to be a kilometer deep, 1,000 meters. We're going higher and higher up the elevation, following the terrain at the edge of the reservoir. And it comes off of a cliff and straight down into the water. We're in Pine right now, and we're going to stop and grab some lunch. A little restaurant in Pine. Thank you, sir. It is a day of damages today. I tipped the bike in some sand and I broke the bracket for the windshield off. It's a busted piece. I'm gonna broken both sides off. Yeah, this one's broken too. Oh man, so that's gonna be flopping in the wind as we drive. We're heading up to Trinity Lakes right now. Nice little river beside the road. It is a steep climb up to Trinity Lakes. A beautiful view and steep drop off the side. Quite a view. But we're still going up. currently at 6,600 feet. Beautiful view from here. Road is great. It's nice and dry. No smoke in the air. Sunny and warm. Excellent conditions. If you wonder where the guys are, they're up ahead. I wanted to hang back so I'm not in the dust. And I could take some video without being too slow for them. But look at these vistas. Wow. Gotta hand it to the BDR, Ride BDR. They really did a great job picking these routes out. They're finding these routes through the mountains. This is a road on the way up to Trinity Lakes. I think it's a 12-mile in and back. Little switchbacks. Some embedded rocks. Oh, the beautiful metal. Look at that. Heading down into one of the other lakes at Trinity Lakes. Very steep. I see vehicles down there though, so obviously vehicles are coming here, and just in front there's tire tracks. So the overlanders or the Jeeps are up here. Oh, that's beautiful. We're gonna have to stop for a picture here, Brad. 7,800 feet. Look at that campsite. Trinity Lakes campground. I don't know which lake we're at. We're at one of them. There's 3 lakes up here. I think it's 7,800 foot elevation. That is gorgeous. Hey, there's a moose in the water. Yeah. He's having a drink. His whole head is submerged right now. Very cool. I'm gonna take a quick panoramic. We're heading up to the Trinity Lookout. Embedded rocks. Yep. Keep your momentum. Yeah, I don't know if I'm up for that hike. Oh, that goes a long way up. I thought in the videos they did take the bikes up there. That was a long way yet. Yeah. Yep. $8,430 feet we made it to. I think that's another probably 1,000 feet to get to the summit. I think it was 80 or almost 9,500 feet, something like that, to get to the very peak of the ranger station there. Now the way to do these embedded rocks on a slope like this is look far ahead, pick your line far enough, and nice and steady. Use the engine as your brake, rear brake also to take off and scrub off some speed. And nice and loose on the handles. You don't want to death grip this stuff. And if you find you don't take the best line, still commit and go over the ones. You can go over quite a few different types of rocks and you'll be fine. Yeah, when in doubt, write it out. I'm going to take this line this time. Oh, I should also mention I'm standing up. I don't think you want to be seated. When you hit a big bump, you'll get bucked off. Oh, like that is not a good line, but I made it through. There's a devastated forest. Imagine this has to be cleared every single spring. Wow, that is remote wilderness. This doesn't look like it on camera, but it's extremely steep going downhill. I got a feeling we're going to get to that road down in the valley. And that amazing view. Switchbacks up and down the mountain. Just incredible vistas. Long way down. Just enjoying the view. Boys are ahead, down those switchbacks already. What is this? A rabbit. Hey, little guy. Look at that. This is very steep. It's a long way down. Idaho is beautiful country. Road Creek Road runs across, or it's been following this river probably for the last 20 minutes. It's an awesome ride. Beautiful view. Very few pull-offs. I don't think there was any at all, maybe just one to to pull a trailer or a vehicle off the road to camp or take a dip in the river. Not much holding up the road. Oh, that's sandy. We gained some elevation fast on this. I want to be extra careful on these switchbacks. Sandy and tight. Boy, is that steep. So we were 20 miles-ish, maybe 25 miles outside of Loman, and the road we were on had it was closed. It was dangerous conditions and they didn't want people driving it. So we took another road back and we're on pavement going into Loman. We're about 10 miles away from it right now. But it's very late, it's 8:30. We had a couple missed turns on the BDR, which took up some time. We stopped for lunch in Pine, which was a lot of fun, but looks like we're going to get done 265K today. 280K by the time we get into Loman. But this is a nice treat, this last 10 minutes in this fantastic highway. Because I think everybody's getting kind of tired. It was a late day. A lot of things didn't work right this morning when we were leaving. Electronics, some of my camera gear, and yeah, we're gonna be into Loman soon. Just like to add, this Highway 21 into Loman is awesome. It's twisties, it's in fantastic condition, and it has switchbacks. It is a lot of fun. Well, we got to Loman and everything was closed. So the campground we found is called Deadwood Campground. It is about maybe 5 kilometers outside of the city. There's running water that we'll be able to use, and this is going to be our home for tonight.
It was definitely a late night, and we're hoping to get back on track with our timing tomorrow morning.
It's about 8:30 in the morning right now, and we ended up camping just west of Loman in a little place called Deadwood Campground. But there's a picnic table and washrooms, and we're by a river, so we were able to get some water.
Section 3 runs from Loman to Yellow Pine, and it's 150 kilometers, and it'll be our first leg of the day. Our second leg today is on Section 4, which is going to run about 125 kilometers from Yellow Pine to Bergdorf.
We're having simple Quaker oatmeal for breakfast today. I'll probably have enough for my coffee also. Yep. It's going to be 33 degrees today riding. We just broke camp and it's about 10:30. We've got a slow days in our start, and I think we've got about 300K to get from Loman to Bergdorf Hot Springs today. Start of another glorious day riding. Beautiful Idaho. Well, we made it to the Mercantile in Loman. We picked up some water. Not much in that store, but the biggest part is they have no fuel. So the lady inside said to go down to a hot spring about 5 minutes down the road, which they're supposed to have pumps, and if they don't have it, there's another one about 10 miles past that should have fuel. So that's our objective right now. Oh, no, you're not doing the whole BDR? You're from Boise?
Yeah. We're not doing the BDR right now. We're going to go up it, but we're just going to find some fishing poles.
Yeah.
You guys have fun.
Take care.
Yeah, probably ways, or maybe you can get it up in Stanley or something like that.
We don't want to go that far. We're going up the BDR, so we'll come back.
All right.
Hey, pleasant day.
Hey, you too. Have a great one.
8 miles up,
Yeah.
and they have 89 non-ethanol. This is non-ethanol.
This is 87.
8 miles, so nothing. We'll knock that off.
Yep.
10 minutes.
Greg, what's the name of the place that we're going to, though?
Sourdough.
Sourdough. We're pulling into Sourdough Lodge to get some gas. Nice looking little place. Are we in luck, Greg? $88. We're just starting on section 3. Departing right at Loman. I think we're on Forestry Service 582. This is extremely steep. You can see the path that we took through the valley and then coming up the mountain. Definitely don't want to go off that ledge. This is the Idaho BDR Section 3 north of Loman on the way to Yellow Pine. 7,700 foot elevation here. Yeah, it's cooler on this side too. Picture time. Oh no, we got you right in the ravine. Stay where you were. A money shot. Forestry Service Road 510, and it is fabulous. We're just pulling over to have a little break, take on some Gatorade and water and maybe a snack. We've been going for about an hour and a half. About 110 kilometers in so far. So we were able to do, we actually were at Haven Hot Springs and we did this all the way up within about an hour and a half. There's my Frankenfix chin mount onto the helmet. It is not going anywhere. We've got a river crossing. Really rocky section here. Embedded rocks. 26 miles out of Yellow Pine, Johnson Creek Road. Even on these little roads, vehicles meet vehicles. Is it clear now? This is just outside of Yellow Pine, about 15 miles south. Very steep descent going into town. That is a sharp drop off that edge. Oh, nice. Whoa. Just outside of Yellow Pine. 14 miles out. That's a car you wouldn't expect on these roads. Mercedes. Rolling into Yellow Pine. That's the end of section 3, and I believe section 4 starts right after this. There's a lot of camping in Yellow Pine. This is right in the town, but along the way we must have saw another 3 or 4. They're very near town along the river. We don't need gas. We're just going to Bergdorf Hot Springs. Right to the left, Greg. I think that's the general store. Yep. Brad is going down the street to see what else this town has, which doesn't look like very much. There is gas here though, if you need it, but I'd probably check ahead. Our Yellow Pine Tavern is closed. This Yellow Pine General Store and Motel's for sale, and it's closed. There was another kind of food stand up the street, but it's closed, so there might be ice cream and nothing else at the corner. I don't know. That's the only one. So let's go take a look over there, see what they got. They said everybody's getting ready for the Harmonica Festival, which is coming up, and that was on the Idaho BDR video. We're at the corner store in Yellow Pine.
You're like, where's my beer? You're like,
Pickles are good. I want to try some of Kevin's food. I've been told by an authoritative person.
Library?
That his cooking is good.
His cooking is amazing.
Yeah.
Into these last 9 beers I had shared.
Great burger here
what are you, almost 8 liters per
in the corner bar. So we're actually able to buy gas from this little restaurant. So we just pull up, our bikes over, they fill it up, they put it on our bill. The kicker is it's $10 a gallon. Not cheap, but we don't see a lot of options going forward, and we want to be on the safe side for gas. Now, Section 4 was a ton of fun. We had a lot of variety on the roads, a lot of embedded rocks, there was some sand, and different terrain going through the forest. We're almost down to the bottom. the attention. Yeah, look at that wall. Quite the wall. When I thought we were close to the bottom, it looked, yeah, it looked like that, but boy, this is a long way down. Boy, it's so steep. Extremely steep. There's tire tracks here. I wonder if vehicles allowed both ways, because it would be impossible to turn a vehicle around on these trails. Well, one of them's going to be backing up, right? Even if we met a vehicle on this, it'd still be tight between both of us to get by. You know, I'd be on a bike coming up to this, but I don't think I'd even take a vehicle up here. Side by side, maybe. No. Not the Tacoma. Even though it should be doing this no problem, I just wouldn't want to mess with running or meeting somebody and then having to deal with backing up down a mountain. Looks like they got some rain today too. Watch that board.
No, not quite the road you want to be riding in the rain, with a sharp cliff off the left side, sandy, loose terrain, and my visibility starting to reduce.
It's hailing. So I can put a rain jacket on. I'm coming down the other side into Warren, starting to descend. It started to rain, and we put our rain gear on. We're supposed to do that stuff doing it. That's a view. Oh, shit. Whew. That's impressive. Doesn't look like we're done with rain yet.
The Bomb Shelter is a restaurant on the Idaho BDR inside of Warren. It's a welcome tree-walled refuge at 6,800-foot elevation. A simple but essential rest stop in the remote Pavement National Forest backcountry.
There's the Bomb Shelter. Ghetto. Closed.
You can hear my disappointment. It's getting late and we're definitely hungry. Well, we're gonna have to move on. As it was getting late, when we were pulling up to Warren, we thought we'd call it a night, find a camp spot, get something to eat, and this would be our ending for the day. But we were obviously way too late. So we thought, let's keep going. We'll go to Bergdorf Hot Springs and stay there. But we discovered that you need 2 days booking and it has to be pre-booked. So that was also closed. So we kept moving and ended up finding a campground called Bergdorf Campground, which worked out really well. We're realizing that our estimation of how long it takes to do 300 kilometers on a BDR was off. We're looking at what we need to do tomorrow to start earlier and make sure that we get all the way up to Elk City.
So we went to Bergdorf Hot Springs and we couldn't get in. Fire reservation only. So we're going to Bergdorf Campground to see if we can find a spot here. Wanna go in here? That's it, I guess.
It being late, we moved quickly and set up our tents before it got too dark, and then dived into our meal for the evening. Well, we had a cold night last night, but a beautiful morning.
We camped last night at Bergdorf Campground. It's a really cold night. I bet it was down to 10 degrees Celsius last night. We got in late. We set everything up around 9 o'clock, grabbed something to eat, and then we're going to be heading off on Section 4 and all the way up to Elk City today for our next adventure. It should be about 225 kilometers from here, I believe. Here's our campground. Bikes did okay yesterday, no issues at all. Yeah, nice and peaceful and quiet. Get some oatmeal going here. We're departing our campground on the way to finish up Section 4, heading to Elk City. Beautiful view. This is why we ride. I smell smoke. But mind you, it could be from a campfire also. No, it actually looks in the air over there. Looks like there's smoke. French Creek Road coming from Bergdorf Campground to going down to the Salmon River. Lots of switchbacks, great road. Well, we're at the old bus. There's a squirrel working on the engine. Or a chipmunk. Did he not see us? Right by my Moscow Moto friends. So we're all back together. And what I didn't mention in the previous video is I did drop my bike at the top. I've high-sided it and put a step down and I dropped it over. Greg was going to be my rescue and he heard that and he booked it down the hill and it was right at the point of the bus and he didn't notice it. But everybody's all good. We only, cost 10 minutes. You want a shot or a picture of the bus?
No.
Oh, beautiful cavern. Canyon. Now we're going to come to the switchbacks. Oh, yeah, look at that. Just looking on the map here, holy man. Slow and steady. So this elevation drop is a couple thousand feet, I think it is. Maybe even more to the Salmon River. Must be doing some hiking. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, you gotta like heights if you're gonna take this road. Or not be afraid of them. Look at that ledge. I'm videoing it. I'll stop in that corner over there and take a picture. That is some road trail system to get down this mountain. You just park into this tree. And I think we got some great photos here coming. These switchbacks are just wild. Look at this edge. And the switchbacks coming down the top, back, down, where we are, down here, down, 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 down. I know. That is insane. Building this road. See what's on the other side. Somewhere down there's a town. We get right down to the Salmon River. I know you're wondering why I'm taking so many photos when I have this on video, but not coming back here. And it's great to have the video handy, or sorry, the photo handy. And the colors and the perfect time of day with the shadows, it's looking great. Now, since they put the switchbacks in, it's not as steep as you might think. A lot of the other mountain passes that we went along had a far steeper roads. This one's actually quite moderate. Can only imagine what it took to build these trails, these roads. Take the outside line at this corner. There's a big rut at the corner. Now the slope is starting to increase on this trail. Comes Greg. Boy, we got a long way to go to the bottom yet. Look at the grouse to the right. I think I'm seeing on the inside on this one. Wow. This elevation halfway up a hill, there's somebody with some property there living. And that is French Creek Road. Well, we're at the bottom of Snake River. Truck. There's probably going to be more traffic on this road now. Snake River, or sorry, Salmon River. There's a nice sandy beach. And looks like there's access to it too. Yeah, they do have a road access. It'll be a great spot. And another one right over here. It's even bigger. This is called Elkhorn Beach Recreation Site. Oh, and some more. Very nice. Elkhorn Beach Recreation park down on Big Salmon Road. Salmon River running through it. Got some rafters on the river. One lane bridge. Looks like we're clear. Yeah, a lot of rafters. That looks like a lot of fun on a 32 degrees day. And you even got your little umbrella. In this heat, that feels and looks refreshing and a lot of fun. Floating down a river, nice lazy speed, beautiful sunny day. Sandy beaches on the side. If you're ever in this area, pop in and see if you can rent some of those rafts. It looks like a lot of fun. A little bit of rapids they're going to be running into. On Big Salmon Road, it's now a paved section of the Idaho BDR that we're going to follow for a few miles. But it's a beautiful scenic route along the Salmon River. And nice twisty road, but be careful for cars. Doesn't have any lanes, and there's a lot of tourist traffic here. Yep, must be where they're getting picked up from rafting.
If you need gas, keep going straight, and it's about 33 kilometers to Riggins. We will be turning right.
Grangeville Salmon Road. We exited the Salmon River Road. And it's 34 Celsius right now, 12:30. We're going up another mountain. Look at this view into this canyon. Looks like we climb pretty quickly. It is quite steep. I would call this riding in your flow. This feels so comfortable, beautiful, great road, and the bike, and I'd have to say the rider are feeling great and doing great. Look at the route, or the tracks on the other side of the mountain. What comes up must go down. Now we're starting to descend a little bit. Okay. Yeah, there's a spot up here, Greg. Look at this view. Absolutely majestic. Let's see how far that goes. A little campfire up here. That'd be a pretty impressive spot to have a break and a camp. We've been going up and down these mountains all morning, and they are just absolutely fabulous. So, that's the Salmon River down there. And I don't know for sure, but I can just imagine those roads that are going up and down and across, and where we are now. That's the type of roads we either took or are taking.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful countryside. If you haven't done the Idaho BDR, this should be something that would entice you to change your mind and try it out.
Keep going to the right. Take the right, go downhill. Yeah, pretty well every one of these corners has thick gravel if you hit the inside. Turn right. Did you guys see where I turned? Right here, turn right. Greg, you go back to that intersection and turn right, come up this hill. Guys, I've got to stop. I've got a bug crawling in my ear or around the back of my... I'm going to shut this off and take this off. Yeah, I'll catch up to you guys. I'm just going to get this bug out. Some major ruts here on this road. Yep. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, Brad. This kind of stuff we encountered in the Cascade Mountains at the TourTech Rally. Yep. So I wonder if they log up here. I would say yes. Looks like they had a cat walking up here. Many times. Careful in this sand. Boy, that cat barely fits on this road. Look at how wide that is. Straight, I think. Yeah, watch the right here. Stay left. And sandy. Well, that equipment barely fits on this road. Scraping the bushes. Both sides. Oh yeah, they got another big operation up here. We're going left here. We're at the Florence Cemetery and we're gonna head up and take a look. This is really remote in a mountain, this cemetery. Like we're not near a town, not even close to a town. We're at the Florence Cemetery. It's an old mining town, and obviously a cemetery now. They discovered gold here in 1864, and then they had a boom, early boom from 1861 to 62, and an influx from 63 forward. And then they found quartz in 1893. And then in 1940, only 10 people were left in the area. And this is really remote. In its peak, it had a total of 3,000 people living up here in 1962. This bridge is still fairly well maintained. A little disrepair, but it's very safe and walkable. Obviously, there's been some forestry going on in the area. A little trail that really takes you, it looks like it takes you right up to the cemetery. And there's exhumed graves of Chinese miners, which had flocked in when the mining started. There's a lot of the labor for the mine. Information we just read at the top. Newt Scott died 1897, 1898. Unknown. H.J. Talbot died January 5th, 1963, age 29, native of Georgia. Native of Nova Scotia, Canadian here, Daniel Dunn, died July 1918, native of Nova Scotia. Probably remade the headstones because they look very clear and readable. And I can't emphasize the remoteness where we are up in the mountains, not near any town. It's an exhumed grave. A number of them along here of Chinese miners. I want to make sure I tell you what's happening here. It sounds like it reached the maximum population, 9,000 people in 1860. If I had to guess, there's 100 maybe tombstones in here, but they do look refurbished and redone. And I guess the town of Florence is about half a mile away. We're not going to go down there. We're going to keep continuing along our ride. But it's interesting seeing some of this history of what we can't even imagine, a lifestyle of what these miners had to overcome and endure 150, 160 years ago. Whoa! What's that? Well, we had a late afternoon lunch at a pizza place called Pizza Factory in Grangeville. Then we got about 92 kilometers to about 92 kilometers to Elk City, and should be about an hour and a half. So we should be getting in there tonight about 6:30. Great day, hot again, and fantastic riding this morning. But the last part, getting into both Grangeville, and we came to Grangeville so that we can ensure we have fuel for the Magruder corridor tomorrow. But it's all pavement getting into here, and I believe the road to Elk City might be also. That's the vista of Grangeville. I guess we can't stop here. Beautiful. This is NF 2009 service road, and it looks like they were doing some maintenance on it, clearing trees. It's a lot of debris on the road. Whoa. That's one way to get rid of trees. He's never gonna see us. Yeah, holy crap. Careful, Greg. It's hitting me back here. He's probably got his earplugs on listening to Guns N' Roses. Dang. Holy crap. Hey Greg, can you go around the backside? Just walk around the backside. Yeah, I think he sees us now. Looked like a pretty fun job, actually. Is there anything, are you okay? Took one in the helmet and then one in the chest. This is Idaho BDR Section 4 heading into Elk City. We're not too far out. And this is the end of the road over the mountain. And then I think the rest of this Section 4 into Elk City is on highway or pavement. On Highway 14 into Elk City, runs along the river, 35 degrees out, but a beautiful ride. Gorgeous scenery along this river run. Still driving around Elk City, trying to find a place to camp. But I noticed this Elk City Veterans Memorial, and they get a tank. Good Lord. Barry. Elk City Fire Department. We're getting some information on where to camp.
You know, that got basic services like take a shower or anything like that.
Perfect.
That's just up, the Rider's Rest is just up by the brown building?
Just on the other side of it, just right past the parking lot there, you'll see a propane tank, and then there's a fence, and it says Rider's Rest right there.
Oh, perfect. Hey, thanks, Mike.
And then you want something to eat, Larry's down here at the Elkhorn Saloon, got good food. Elkhorn Saloon, just right straight behind the fire department.
Yeah, we saw it on the way in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Well, you're welcome.
Appreciate the help.
You bet.
The old town, it looks like, yeah, general store right there. That looks pretty well stocked. Riders Rest Campground. Is that it here? We're gonna see if we're gonna be able to get in here. We're just gonna check it out, see what we got.
There's two spots. You can easily fit three tents lots of heated motorcycles on one spot. There's this one and the next one. I'm Greg.
Hi, Greg. Where are you from?
Calgary.
Calgary. Nice. Well, welcome to Elk City.
I'm Barry.
Barry, I'm Josh. Hi.
Hi, Josh.
Yeah. Got Wi-Fi, private showers, private bathroom,
Oh, this is great.
shelter, and I got some firewood left, so you can have a fire. So you can take either 2 or 3.
Yeah. How much?
$20 a person.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Done. All right, we're all set up and in time to go grab some snacks and a beverage. And we're at Riders Rest Campground. One campground, $20 a night. We got 3 tents in here, and actually 3 bikes and a cat. And it looks pretty comfortable. They have water. There is supposed to be power behind that water faucet, but he wasn't too confident about that thing working. And we have a little fire pit. We have garbage. And they do have showers, plus towels, shampoo, all the amenities that you need. Showers, bathroom, everything is right up here. Yeah, great little spot and a covered picnic table area. This is a cool place. Looks like we're grabbing a beer and eating here tonight. Then you got a memorial piece here. Books of people who served from the area. Pretty interesting little place. Talked to a few of the locals. About 400 people in town. Not a lot of tourism and people coming through here. But very, very friendly people. But we are almost the only people in here tonight.
We've had an enjoyable evening last night at the campground, and we're ready to tackle Section 5 and the legendary Magruder Corridor, one of the most remote and scenic sections of the entire Idaho BDR. This 300-kilometer day takes us from Elk City, Idaho, across the Montana border and into Lolo. If you've heard about the Magruder, this is the episode you've been waiting for.
Here's the general store in Elk City. It's pretty well stocked. It's one of those push doors. Yeah, they got everything here if you're going to load up for supplies before you go through Magruder. You got a little pharmacy in the back. Very well stocked. Everything that we're going to need. We're in Elk City trying to get gas, and the one gas pump that they have here is not working. Yeah, we can go all the way through, but if there's any issues, say 3/4 of the way, it's 190 kilometers roughly. You'd have to have range for probably 375. I think we're all very near that right now. So the safe thing that we want to do is make sure that we have enough fuel to get 3/4 of the way there, and if it's closed or that we have to turn around and come back, that we have the ability to do that. Beautiful day today. Time changed, but my bike didn't change, so it's actually 11 o'clock right now. We had a great breakfast, supplied up, and definitely going to be a longer day today. We're departing Elk City, Idaho, Section 5, going through Magruder Corridor. Is there a campground from last night? Nez Perce Trail. No services. Darby's 113 miles. It's Montana Road. This is Magruder Corridor. A lot of logging done here. Just about hit that little guy.
The Magruder Corridor is named after Lloyd Magruder, a merchant from Virginia City, Montana. was murdered along with 4 companions in the area in 1863. His killers were eventually caught and hanged, the first legal executions in Idaho territory.
Is that a fire? Look into the far right there. Is that a fire? Looks like it is. Yeah, it is. Bike. One more after this guy.
The Civilian Conservation Corps built this road in the 1930s, and it's changed very little since then. In 1980, the Central Idaho Wilderness Act officially designated it as the Magruder Corridor, a 101-mile single-lane road running between 2 of North America's largest wilderness areas, the Selway Bitterroot Wilderness to the north and the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness to the south.
This was the campground I had us coming to. It would have taken us forever to get there last night. Somebody is camping over there. A few people here. Oh, look, right by the river. Very nice. Look at that view. Far side there, that's the path that we just came down. Far side of the mountain. I'll let you go. Jeep looked pretty capable. No, he just got in his truck and left. I think he's checking something. We're just stopping at this mountain crest to have some water. It might be a third of the way in, almost to half maybe. No, probably a third. And we're going to be going down this road, up the other one, and still continuing through those mountains. So we're going to be going down this road, up the backside over there, back around, up again, and over that next mountain, and then the next one. Continuing to go east.
Little bee is hiding in my glove. Gotta be careful out here. But you don't get stung.
Oh, smokes. Really embedded. Oh, loose rocks here. New bash plate is doing its job today. Oh, big jump. This is a steep incline. I'm trying to keep my momentum on it. What an incline. There's that fire over there on the far right. Got a fire going up over there. Far right. Two of them. Three of them. I'm gonna pull over here. Two more.
There's a group of like 9 of us, maybe 2 minutes behind.
Okay.
Heads up, it's a big group of them.
All right. How far? 2 minutes, you said?
Yeah, maybe 2 minutes. There's a pull off right here. It might be easier to wait.
Yeah, I think it will.
Thought I'd just give you a heads up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice rig. There's a taco. Should we pull up there, wait for him if they're only 2 minutes? Yeah, let's just keep going. No! Yeah. Good.
Shoulders okay?
Yeah.
The buffalo lay down if he wants to lay down.
The buffalo will sleep.
You guys are killing me. Got it?
Well, this is my third bike drop on this trip. Standing still, of course, because that's when it always happens. I landed on my wrist and shoulder. They were a little sore, but no real damage. The bike was also fine, just my pride that took a hit.
It's just had a nice clean path. They're gonna be able to get by? How are you gonna have to get through? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, that is how we do it. Hey guys. Well, we just passed through 9 overlanders, which you saw me have a topple off the bike. And in retrospect, after I'm thinking now, I think I was in 3rd gear trying to take off again. and it kept stalling. But we're all good. Nothing's broken. Feeling okay. And we continue our ride. Beautiful, majestic Idaho. We're in the Bitterroot National Forest, and here's the Magruder massacre site. Lloyd Magruder and his party were murdered and robbed in October 1863 on the Nez Perce Trail, a popular route in the gold rush days. The trail linked Lewiston, Idaho with Virginia City, Montana. It's located on the main ridge across the draw. The massacre site is on the ridge 3 miles directly northeast of here. Walking distance 5.5 miles by trail. I don't know how you're going to walk there from here. Looks like those logging equipment's been up here. Very, very sandy. Sandy, steep. Yep, I see them. Oh, is that sandy?
More of the soft shit. Doesn't like that stuff.
I don't like that. I don't like sand either. It's a good thing every half hour, 45 minutes to pound like a half a liter, and we're just past probably 20k past the Magruder massacre site. They're trying to figure out how far to the highway. So we're probably in here somewhere. About 50k to get to Connor, and then we got a long stretch from Connor to Lolo, and then a little piece to get up to Loxa Lodge campground. We're going to resupply up here, fuel and snacks and drinks. On our way into Darby. That was a great run. There's a saloon there. Store. We're in Lolo right now, and it's rain and hail coming down. So we're just gonna go grab some dinner and then figure out where we're gonna stay tonight. These guys are riding 1,000 miles tomorrow. They're doing an iron butt on Yamaha FJRs, 2 of them. They're just gearing up now, and they're going to go to Boise. We're in Lolo right now. Or Butte, not Boise. In the rain. So they're forecasting severe thunderstorms and possibly flooding in some area. I don't know where. So we're going to figure out what our options are going to look like tonight. The Lolo Steakhouse. Just as you turn onto the Lolo Pass highway, and it looks, we're hoping it's going to be pretty good. Lolo Steakhouse. Got this Montana steel. Pretty cool. So we are a little underdressed in this nice steakhouse, but we're going to be eating like kings tonight. I think I'm going to have the steak and an Alaskan king crab. But we haven't eaten since breakfast, and we are famished. But change of plans tonight because it's raining and hailing, and we didn't want to be dealing with camping in the rain and setting up in the rain, putting everything away in the rain tomorrow morning, and then sleeping through the rain, although that might be pretty nice. So we got a hotel in Missoula. So it's about 10 minutes away from Lolo. So we're going to add a little bit more time in our travels tomorrow, but we're looking forward to it. A nice night sleep. We organized all our camping gear. I've got a hole in my sleeping pad, so I'm going to try and find it and fix that tonight, and then have a great night's sleep. Good morning. We're in Missoula, Idaho. Just got up. We're at Motel 8. It was raining and hailing last night, so we decided to get a hotel. But it's beautiful today. It's going to be a high of 23 degrees to 25 degrees. And we're going to be going the Lolo motorway to Pierce, I think is where our destination is going to be tonight.
Leaving Lolo, we kicked off the morning with a quick 16-kilometer warm-up on Highway 12 before turning onto gravel for a 76-kilometer run to Loxa Lodge. The riding was moderate, nothing too technical, but the scenery more than made up for it. Dense forest, mountain views, and fresh morning air. Exactly the kind of riding that reminds us of why we do this.
There's a beautiful vista. Wow, look at that.
Loxa Lodge has been a welcome stop for weary travelers since 1928, when Swedish immigrant Andrew Eriksson built it as a hunting and fishing lodge on the banks of the wild and scenic Loxa River. Nearly a century later, it's still going strong, offering cabins, a restaurant, a tavern, fuel, and a general store, sitting right at the gateway to the Lolo motorway. For riders doing the Idaho BDR, it's the last taste of civilization before things get serious.
Take a quick look into the store and then into the lodge.
How's it going?
Good morning. We got a lot of supplies for you here, including camping supplies, which is handy. Yeah, that's a great little resupply area. It looks like a great place to stay. Oh, by the way, they have fuel here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it's a little store. Obviously taxidermy. A lot of places that we go into seem to have. Hey Moose, why are you so sad? Why the long face?
Yeah, tourist items. And then a restaurant. So if you're camping here, you can have some good food also. DVDs. Oh, this is a nice little relaxing area. There's a fireplace. And we got a little patio up back. Oh, beautiful patio. With a huge fire pit around back. And a little swing. Very nice. So we're doing about 250 kilometers today. And we've done 110 so far. Got 150 to go to get to Pierce. Depending on our timing, we might continue going, try to get to Avery, which was the original plan. We'll see how it goes. Start of the Lewis and Clark Trail portion of section 6. Switching to Enduro. How dense this forest is. The vegetation, how lush it is. Car inside, parked. Nice rig. They're sleeping in there. Yeah, they're camped right there. They're got a rock under the wheel. They leveled it. They're all set to camp. Well, they got a view. Wow, look at that view. Oh, hit a rock. It's fresh vehicle tracks here.
The Lolo motorway has a history that goes back long before motorcycles ever existed. For hundreds of years, the Nez Perce people used this ridge route as their path east across the Bitterroot Mountains to hunt buffalo on the plains of Montana. In September 1805, Lewis and Clark and the Corps of Discovery followed these same ridge lines on their grueling westward journey to the Pacific Ocean, struggling through early snowfall, steep terrain, and near starvation along the way. They returned the same way in 1806.
Just looking on the back side there, those trees were planted on the far side because they're in perfect rows. They must have had a reforestation project here. Another death cliff to the side. Wow.
The road we ride today was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps in the 1930s and has changed very little since then. It runs roughly 2,000 feet above Highway 12, and along the way you'll find interpretive signs marking the exact campsites where Lewis and Clark stopped over 220 years ago. Riding the Lolo motorway isn't just an adventure, it's riding through American history.
Really loose rocks here, guys. Is this the summit? I think it is. Let's see if we can find a stop here. Yeah, we can stop here. I can put the kickstand down. Look at that. Look at that. Still amazes me how they have roads and trails on the side of mountains like this. $6,700 feet. I don't think we reached the summit yet. We're still climbing.
6,830 feet. Yeah, there is a lake down there, or there's water down there, with a cliff straight down into it. Loose rocks. Really steep, guys. Well, the work, you get a reward for view. Let's get one rocky section done and we got another one. Do you see a better line through there? Whoa, a really rocky section up, coming up. And steep. Okay. There's a waypoint up here. I want to stop and see what that is. I think it just might be the summit. It's 7,000 feet. Oh, Indian Post Office. That was the waypoint. 6,888 feet. We're at the Indian Post Office. 6,966 foot elevation. This trail is so old, it's used from time of creation by Nez Perce people to go to Montana, hunt buffalo, and sometime to war with other tribes of Indians. When Red Bear came to Indian Post Office on this trail, he tells Lewis and Clark and all, it's thundering. This is a place Indians come to send messages and to get Indian spirit medicine and do Indian worship and Indian customs. Here's where the monster, the big coyote, come to make powerful medicine for Indian. Very interesting. Let's go take a look. There it is over there, and another one over here. Sorry, I'm taking pictures at the same time. Oh, that doesn't look good. We gotta get down this mountain soon.
The Indian Post Office is located at the highest point on the Lolo Motorway, at 7,035 feet, and served as an ancient communication system for the Nez Perce people. Two large rock cairns marked the spot, and messages were conveyed by stacking the stones in different configurations, each arrangement telling a different story to those who knew how to read them.
Oh, there's rain right behind us. Storm coming in. Still on Idaho Section 6, Lolo Motorway. We're coming down the backside a little bit more than halfway through. Whoa! Oh! Careful, guys. You know, I thought Trinity Lake's summit was the hardest, rockiest part. I think this would be close to that. Oh, look at that view. Whoa. Again, we got a storm following us, so we're trying to get off the mountain before it catches us. Oh, gotta take a picture of this. That rock there. Wasn't there a sign here? The sign almost burnt up. Is it working, Greg? No? Yeah. It's not connected. Whoa. Look at that view. Whoa, bottomed out there. Look at the fog down in the valley. Looks like we missed rain on this particular section. It's probably the last quarter of section 6 going east to west. The terrain is quite soggy and wet, so we're slowing down and being extra careful. Down to 14 degrees Celsius up here. Careful here, guys, it's really slippery. I'm gonna slow down. There was flood warning last night. There's a big water puddle up ahead. Another one here. Whoa, and a huge one here. This is about 7 miles from our turnoff on section 6, Willow Motorway. We didn't get rained on, just a little bit. It looks like we missed it, but the ground is still wet here. It looks like rain passed through before us. No dust. Looks like they had to clear a lot of logs off this spring. We just pulled over at this little campsite, which looks awesome. We're about 3.5 miles from the next intersection. I'll pull it up on the map and see where we are, where we're taking a little break. Found the location where we're at. It's called Green Saddle. It's got a little campsite there. Very nice one. And it looks like it's for hunting. They've got hooks to be able to I guess put your game there and dress it in the field. Pretty interesting area. Another fire pit here. With this game dressing frame. You'd think that it'd attract bears and stuff here. It doesn't look like it's been used for a while. There's nothing at the ground there. And then that awesome little campground over here with a view. I thought we're 3 miles from somewhere. We're not. We still got 30 miles, 35 miles to go to get to Pierce. Log in the road. Multiple logs. Nope, the other way. We found the right pass, and we're on our way up to Snowy Summit. I get to jump a log. Oh. Oh, crap.
On our first review, we didn't think this looked too bad and was easily navigatable. We'll just follow the path that others have taken.
Actually, maybe build it up here with some more logs so it's not such a big drop. Do you think?
We estimated it was about a 2-foot drop over a very short distance. So as we all worked to clear debris from the path, my mind kept going back into moving a 600-pound motorcycle down this little slope.
No problem.
Now, watching Greg ride through that so easily should have built my confidence, but it didn't.
Those Jeeps aren't getting through here. Oh, you okay? You all right, Brad? Gotta watch this rock coming around.
I was still navigating the terrain, working through my head the path I would take and how I would do this.
I don't know.
Or we just stay on, we stay on this side of us.
Yeah, I think that might be better. Yeah, you go through first. I want to see what happens. Okay, Brad. You got this. Just wait, Brad.
I wanted optimal clearing of the path, every stick out of the road.
All right. Okay, my turn. Just nice and slow, and you're on the peg the whole time?
The trials riding, right? So just
Yeah.
throwing the chest back in the seat just for that last pitch.
Right into the net.
You just kind of drop in first.
It's that?
And then you drop in and you motor out. So you don't have to get anything in.
Now, I just saw a masterclass of 2 excellent riders handling this drop and back onto the road with ease. But I gotta tell you, I wasn't feeling it.
Oh!
I was in my head and I managed to convince myself this wasn't a good idea.
Is it on? I am not opposed to letting somebody more experienced take the bike through so I don't injure myself and cause a problem with our trip. Thank you, Brad. Brad has been riding for almost 40 years. Greg's chipping away there, but we can't hear him, so that's good. He could chip at me all night tonight.
There you go, part of the adventure.
I may or may not just Photoshop me driving through there. That'll be 3 drops now. But nobody's counting, right guys? Good. So that would be the first tree crossing we'd had to do where it was over top the road. And obviously a lot of little trees in the road, but the vehicles still seem to be making it through. And we've got a good example of how to and how to not cross the edge of a road. Whoa! Oh! Didn't hear you, Greg, on the comms. Hemlock Butte Lookout. Wow, they got quite the equipment here.
Hemlock Butte sits at the far western end of the Lolo motorway, just before the road descends 2,000 feet into the town of Pierce. It's one of the last landmarks you'll pass before leaving the motorway behind. The spur road to the lookout was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps back in the fall of 1932 as part of the original motorway construction project. What makes it interesting is that it's still an actively staffed fire lookout today during summer months, used for wildfire detection across the Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest. It's also listed on the National Historic Registry.
I don't know if they're called fire marshal, fire warden, ranger, but there's somebody up there working, keeping an eye on things right now. But what a view. That is incredible. The man said he stays here 40 hours a week. He stays here. It's manned 7 days a week. He sleeps up top, but they're self-contained. They have obviously supplies and items in here. They got power. They got a cell service for communication, toilet, but it's manned around the clock. Propane also. Pretty isolated job. This is Idaho BDR Section 6. We're on, I think this was French Mountain Road, I thought it was, so maybe we're coming up to that. We're only 12 miles from Pierce at the end of the Lolo motorway. Another beautiful day of riding. We're going to get in around 6 o'clock. Actually, it'll be 5 o'clock because the time changed. I didn't change it on any of my equipment. Northern Idaho is actually on Pacific time. And it's on pavement. And it goes only for 9 miles. And then we're going to be at Pierce, find a campsite, get set up early, because it's supposed to get some rain tonight, and then we'll go find some dinner. Some great twisties coming into Pierce. Oh, watch potholes. Now we're entering Pierce. Population 500. Where Idaho first began. So where do we see some gas and food and camping? There's a market we can get stuff at tomorrow. Pizza place, family dining, Chubby's Pizza. You guys see gas anywhere? So I'm not seeing any gas. Saloon here, guys. Okay, thank you very much. Making some barbecue cooking there. It smelled good. Gas at the mini mart. 6 o'clock on the nose. That's mountain time. So it's probably 5 o'clock here. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, we did have power back at 1:30, then it went back off at 3:30 and back on at.
Jeez.
Well, I would, because it's looking like we might have some more coming in. Now, there's a place up underneath their trees, underneath the trees. It's rained quite a bit off. It's pretty flat there too.
Well, it's the only one. Oh, there's water fountain right over there. I'm not expert at picking out campsites.
We're all set up camp. We're at Prospector's Paradise campsite. And it's supposed to have a lot of rain tonight, so everything's going in the tent. Everything. We're in Pierce, Montana, and where we've been suggested to go is to the Gold Rush Saloon to grab some food. Busy place. Huge fire pit. We had a great big fire last night, had a lot of fun. Pierce to Wallace today. We're going to try to go a little bit farther than Wallace. We have about 500 kilometers to the border, 2 days left, so we're going to try and get 250k a day.
So we're in Pierce right now. Today is Saturday, I believe. They're having Prospector or 1860 days in Pierce today with a bunch of food trucks, parade, bunch of things going on. It was a pretty active town last night. Everybody here seems to have one of these razors that they're driving around. But we're heading out on Section 7 from Pierce all the way to Wallace today. It's about around 200 kilometers. Now we're getting onto the off-road portion of Section 7. We missed our turn and went that way. I don't know what this thing's doing. That's some old equipment. I think that thing might still be in use. Looks like that's the road we're going to be taking. So we're at the first bypass, and there's no signs that the road's closed at all, so we're not going to take the bypass on Section 7. We're going to see if it's open, and we're going to go right through. We're starting to get some elevation. We're going uphill now, getting into the mountains. It's Idaho BDR, Section 7, Basin Road. Great scenic views. Wow. Heavy gravel road. Basin Road. Yeah, they got way too much gravel in this road. Oh, what reservoir is this?
Grandad Bridge is a deck truss bridge that was built between 1969 and 1972 as part of the massive infrastructure project needed for the Dvorak Dam. At 717 feet tall, Dvorak is the third tallest dam in the United States, and when it was completed in 1973, it created a 53-mile-long reservoir. The bridge sits 41 miles upstream of the dam, crossing 302 feet above what used to be the North Fork Clearwater River.
Yep. Go straight. I don't know. I think we go up the hill here. This way. Thank you. Oh, somebody lost their bear spray. Was that on the floor when you were there? Or at the ground? Do you want me to wait for that side by side, see if you pick that up? Did you grab that can of bear spray? Yeah. Yeah, it's my buddy's.
It's right back here.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks. Yep, she's got it. I've got it, Brad. And they're coming. Yeah, they're right behind. Giddy up. Oh, the quails. Whoa. I spoke too soon. Yeah, I'm coming. Drop the ring and
Along Section 7, you'll pass by the Blue Heaven Cabin, a small blue-painted hut sitting at 5,778 feet in the Clearwater National Forest. The cabin is privately owned and not open for public use, but it's become a well-known landmark for riders passing through the remote stretch of the Idaho Panhandle.
Oh, did you stop at that house? I want to get a picture at that house. Yeah. Stop recording. No! No! Ready, Brad? 1, 2, 3. Oh. No. Oops. Put my foot in a hole. Oh. Well, we're at the top of the mountain, the Blue Cabin. And because of the weather, We're not really gonna stop. We're gonna keep going. Quite some terrain coming up here. But we're gonna get down before that gets even worse. Those rocks are going to be slippery as hell now. Well, we're at the Blue Heaven cabin. It's just back there. We were waiting out the rain for a little bit, and it's that's like a 10-minute shower from really pouring to now the sun is out. So we're going to get going pretty quick here. It's actually dusk already. It's so dry, I think it just absorbs that water so fast. Yep. Yep.
And did a full. Just rolled once and hanged the rest on its wheels, thank God. Yeah. Yeah.
Side by side went over into the bush.
Yeah. Receiving winch kind of. Yeah, we're gonna tie off of that tree up there. So get her flipped around.
Take care. Nice old cabins here. Couch and a dog in the back. Wants a dog to be comfortable. And this is a train that's a museum. Take a look inside. Conductor's hat. Trip through the Bitter Routes, 1911. Kitchen, galley. I'm not sure what this car, part of this car would be for. Quaint little town, but there's not a lot here. There is a Avery gift shop. We're going to be heading up to Wallace now. It's about maybe 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers away from here. And we should be there in an hour. The tunnels just outside of Avery were built between 1906 and 1909 as part of the Milwaukee Road's Pacific expansion through the Bitterroot Mountains. In August 1910, one of the worst forest fires in American history tore through northern Idaho and Montana, burning over 2.5 million acres. Avery survived only because residents set a backfire to keep the flames at bay. But the real heroes were the railroad crews. They drove trains loaded with people through walls of flames and into these tunnels.
where they waited out the firestorm. Over 600 lives were saved in those tunnels. From 1914 to 1974, this section was electrified, the longest electrified mainland railroad in the country. The Milwaukee Road went bankrupt in 1980, and today parts of the route are the route of the Hiawatha Trail.
Two more.
We rolled out of Avery on Section 7 expecting quiet forest roads, but instead found ourselves in some kind of post-apocalyptic convoy. Side-by-sides everywhere, coming at us in waves like something straight out of Mad Max. All we needed was a war boy screaming, "Witness me," and a flame-throwing guitar player, and the scene would have been complete. But we just kept our heads down, stayed in our lane, and hoped we'd make it to Wallace in one piece.
Yeah, pretty sure this is Wallace.
Wallace was founded in 1884 and became known as the silver capital of the world after producing over 1.2 billion ounces of silver. The town survived two devastating fires, one in 1890 and the Big Burn of 1910, the largest forest fire in U.S. history. Today, Wallace is the only town in America where every single downtown building is listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. The historic designation actually saved the town in the 1970s, when Interstate 90 was going to demolish the town. Instead, they built the freeway on a viaduct above it.
This is a really awesome town. Thank you. Oh. Wallace RV Park. That's where we're camping tonight. On the other side, would you be on the other side maybe, or just on this side?
This is a campground for tonight. It's an RV park inside of Wallace, and they got these little spots. You can set up the tent right here. So we got two spots that the lady gave us. There's power, water, no picnic table, no fire, and a highway behind you. Definitely not what we were looking for, but there's nothing else in town and nothing nearby. So that's what we're gonna go with. Camping, the tents are all set up, ready to go. And we're going to go and find us something to eat tonight in the town of Wallace. Yep.
This place right here, we got eat right here.
City limits.
It's right next to the RV park, and it looks like a lot of fun. The food that they've been bringing out so far looks pretty good.
It's morning. The campground is quite busy last night, actually. We're about to depart on Section 8 from Wallace to Clark Fork, and then we're going to carry on all the way up to Creston today. We're making some coffee.
And we're going to do quite a few miles today, 300 kilometers, a little over 300 kilometers. So it's going to be a little bit faster than our pace on some of the other days. So the section 8 just left Wallace and it got right into it, and we're starting elevation going up the hills. Narrower track. A few rocks. The guys are chirping me while we're driving, telling me I should start out captain's log, start date 2025-08-01. Yeah, that's the start date, isn't it? They're still chirping. Been fairly lucky on these rides so far. We only had a little bit of rain coming down on the freeway. Yesterday was probably the most rain. And we were on the top of a mountain, had to traverse it down. Wet conditions, but it didn't last very long. These roads are very dry right now. Look at that view. I'll take care of it for you, Brad. There we go. What? Ah, nailed it. Nailed it. I wish you guys would have saw that. I wish you guys would have saw it. It was perfect. What a morning. Awesome riding. We're very fortunate we can do this. And that there are the roads available to travel on. Is it left? No, this is not the right way. Greg, you were on the right way. Brad, we got to turn around. What a view of this power line right away here. So navigation in the mountains isn't the cleanest thing. There's a lot of trails, and we're running Garmin Zoom OXT and XT2s. And when you come across intersections like that, we're running it using tracks, not guided routes. So there is no guidance. Basically, we're looking and following the purple line, which actually has a blue line underneath it. And when you come to an intersection, sometimes it's hard to tell which is the one that you're supposed to be going on. So many, many times we've taken the wrong route and we just turn around and go back the other way. So we are all having a great ride today. Moods are great. We're kind of riding in your flow. That's what I call it. Everything's working well. You're feeling well. Your strength is there. The bike is operating. You got good roads to ride on and great weather. That wasn't the case yesterday. Our energy was down. We had some rain. There was some monotony on some of the trails. Rain at the top, drop bike. Fatigue starts setting in. When that happened, accidents happen. So that's why we decided to end it earlier at Wallace instead of going on another 50K, which was the plan. And definitely the right decision, because we were able to get to bed earlier last night. We had a great meal in town, got more protein in us, and it sets you up for the next day that you're going to be, we knew it was going to be a longer day. We had to have the energy, but we're riding right now in awesome conditions, in great shape. Well, the roads are well maintained. So it's really a good morning to end the last leg or two of the Idaho BDR.
Section 8 north of Wallace is a different pace from what we've been through. Mellow forest roads winding through thick pine canopy, crossing the Coeur d'Alene River and climbing up to ridgelines near Grizzly Mountain. After the intensity of the Lolo motorway and the challenges of Section 7, this felt like a reward.
Man, this is a great road. There is that sharp cliff again. Down probably 1,000 feet. It's unnerving the first time you ride the right lane on one of these, but now I still tend to ride on the inside shoulder there, like I'm doing here. But I like to get a peek. Yeah. I like to get a peek at times to see what that side looks like. Definitely have to keep your concentration. Actually, we just went over. I think we were on that side, came around, and then down that side. Great road. It's fast. Faster than most of the ones that we're on up in the mountains on the south side of the Idaho BDR. There's a beautiful shot. It's great. There's a car coming, so we might as well just wait until this car gets by first. 2 cars. Yeah, we got a big descent coming up here, I think. Lexus G460 on these roads. Oh, that guy going slow. The motorcycle coming. Okay, after this, then we're going. 2 motorcycles. Okay, definitely 100% after this guy we're going. Ibex 450. That wasn't Dork, was it? Holy crap, 2 more. This is Grand Central. Oops. Right, I'm going to be going a little slower because there seems to be a lot of traffic here. Another bike. He's the last one.
One thing we pick up quickly on the BDR or any backroads riding is the importance of hand signals. When you meet an oncoming rider, you hold up the number of riders still behind you. Open hand for 5 or more, and a closed fist means you're the last one. It's a simple system that gives oncoming traffic a heads up on what's coming.
We're doing a bunch of switchbacks. You can see it going down the mountain. Tree in the road. What a great road. Yeah, there is a lot of corners. We just finished one section of the Idaho BDR on the way to Glen Forks, and we're on a little bit of pavement here. I don't think this goes very long. Yeah, this waterfall jump. We're at the river cliff jumping location on Idaho BDR Section 8. Sunday today, and it's beautiful out, and there's quite a few people here. It's Rocky Beach. Looks like they tube from here. And then there's a jump off spot in the swimming spot. And it is about, I think, 29 degrees right now. Yeah, I don't know how they make themselves up there. I guess they crawl up there and then jump off down into that pool of water. Looks like a lot of fun. You heading up here?
I'm coming up. You missed me just doing a big old backflip off.
Yeah.
I could dive off the top, but I'm afraid to backflip and
Yeah. Do it again and I'll catch you.
He was like, the last one was perfect. The one before that, I overdid it. I'm like,
You have to crawl up on this side. Let's go see how you get up there. Okay. Doesn't go to the top. Let's get back here so he's ready.
all right, babe. Yeah.
Awesome. What's your name?
Zach.
And your name?
Mandy.
Mandy. Awesome. A lot of people out here today. Great spot. This is where they were boating to. Looks like a lot of fun. And it's 29 degrees today. Hot, sunny, warm. Great day for tubing down the river. Watch out, the little kid on a bicycle. Little motorcycle rider. You're okay. I stopped in the road with 3 different options. I'm aimed at one that I think it might be, but I'll go up there first. Stop right there. And we'll see which, if this isn't it, it'll be that one. Whoa. Okay, I was trained how to do this. Good, we got that over with today. That better be the road. Yeah. Had to say that. Yep. Just hang on one second. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh. You know what? I'm going to put it in Enduro. Or Enduro Pro. So it stops the engine bullshit. Okay. No ABS. Watch out behind. No, this is just a camps. No, it's in first. There's nothing up here. It's a campsite. Yeah, go to the left down there. Kids, don't try this at home. Dang, it sure looks like it's that road though. Going back to Enduro. That would make it 5 drops on the Idaho BDR. I think it's 5. We've done 73 kilometers so far. Back on the ascent, almost to the summit of another mountain. Rocky section here. Those two riders that just went by that you missed indicated that there's one more coming. So I want to be careful and make sure I'm on my side. I'm hoping they have comms and communicated back to him that there's riders coming also. We've run into a really rocky, embedded rock section here on Section 8 on the way to Clark Fork. It's up and down a mountain. The elevation's not that high. These roads are not that steep up or down. But these rocks are pretty, you gotta be on your toes. Again, great vistas, great views. But no time to look. Boy, that's rough. Remember a little tip on doing rocks. When it says rough, I don't usually sit down because if you hit a big one in the road, like this one, but for instance, it gives you a big bump, the shock compresses and it comes back and it kind of pushes you off your seat. You get to be what you call bucked off. So I've got kind of neutral weight on the pegs, my feet a little bit further back so up closer to the balls of my feet, and moving my hips a lot to navigate or steer the bike. Loose grip on the handlebars. You don't want a death grip on this again. Knees bent slightly, not bent, but back, so you're a little bit lower. And elbows wide so that you can absorb any changes in the handlebar direction. And if you do that, you'll be able to navigate well. And a couple other things. Don't look too close in front of you. Look farther ahead for the line that you want to take. So you're planning ahead and trying to navigate towards that area. If you're running into something and it's too late to navigate around that obstacle, go over it. Don't try to kind of crazy stuff last minute on these bikes. They can handle quite a bit and quite a bit of terrain. So just go for it, but aim further up the road and look for the line that you want to take. That's going to set you up a lot better. And when you're hitting bumps, kind of absorb some of the shock with your knees. That makes it a lot easier for the rebound on the suspension and also on yourself from getting jarred so much. And then when you get to a section like this again, sit back down, get some energy back. Okay, this is left for sure. A lot of down logs in this section, including this here, right here. Somebody's enjoying the mountains. Beautiful alpine meadow. We're ascending the mountain. A fantastic road. Look at this wildflowers. And of course, the view. Go ahead, these guys know how to chirp like professionals, like nobody's business. Very steep and rocky. Wow. 360-degree vista here.
That road wins the award for best road at high elevation overall.
You like that?
That was all.
That was a great ride. Gonna get a look out here, then I'm gonna take some pictures. We're gonna take a break, have a snack, and then get going again. Yeah, look at this. Wow. This is where I wish I had a drone. Some camping going on up here. Some bad people leaving broken bottles. So I'm assuming we're going back down that way and back out. Beautiful. Okay, we're just leaving Spyglass Point Lookout on our way down the rest of the Idaho BDR to Clark Fork. Watch the tight corners coming out of there. Turkeys. Yeah, that is cool. Little baby wild turkeys. So we got 3 planes here in the air. Looks like they're going to fight the fires. Some smoke going on over there. Here, we're just pulling into Clark Fork right now. I'm going to go and grab some gas. So we're in Clark Fork. Just finished section 8 and we're starting section 9, and the station attendant told us, or asked, if we were going up this road here, Lightning Creek Road. So the BDR goes around, goes up the last mountain and down, and then it's fairly flat to the Canadian border. But this is closed now because of a forest fire. So we saw the planes loading up on our way into town, but as you can see over there, there's a fire. And it's fairly misty and smoky throughout the whole area. So we're going to bypass that. We're going to take the highway and rejoin it where it crosses the road right up here, Trestle Creek. And then we'll get back on the last section of the BDR all the way up to the border. It's supposed to be 160 kilometers left with that piece taken out, probably going straight there. I think that's probably going to take out maybe 20 kilometers. But we were pretty lucky with no forest fires, detours through the entire BDR, and it is August 2nd today, so we only encountered one bypass. I think that was a pretty good trip. There's a mountain we were supposed to be going up, and it's all covered in smoke. Section 9 from Clark Fork to the border is a different animal. This far north, the Idaho Panhandle narrows and there aren't many dirt road options. It's mostly pavement throughout Section 9, but still enjoyable. A chance to relax and let the miles roll by after 9 days of backcountry riding. Made it. Really? Yeah. End of the Idaho BDR. 2 days in,
2 days down to Glenn's Ferry. 7 days running, 1 day back.
We pulled into Scotty's RV park in Creston at 7:15 p.m., setting up camp in the rain. We've stayed here before, and after 9 days on the trail, the familiarity felt like coming home. What an incredible journey. Nearly 2,000 kilometers of Idaho's finest backcountry, stunning mountain passes, river valleys, and trails you just can't experience any other way. But honestly, it's the time spent out here with good friends that makes a trip like this unforgettable. If you've been thinking about riding the Idaho BDR, do it. You won't regret it. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you enjoyed this series, hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more adventures coming your way.